Praise the Lord. I just want to praise my Lord for this beautiful privilege to share from the platform of Carmel Media Vision. Today, we are going to talk about some practical things that a husband and wife should know about marriage relationships. We will see two important aspects under biblical submission in Christian marriage. They are women want to be loved and men want to be respected. Ephesians 5:33, it reads like this. So again, I say, each man must love his wife as he loves himself, and the wife must respect her husband. So it's real simple here of what a man needs and what a woman needs. A woman needs to be loved, and the husband needs respect because that's the way God made them. Women need love because that's the way God designed us and He wired us that way. We need love. And when we talk about love, true lasting love puts the needs of the other person before us. And this love desires for them to grow and flourish in life. And how many of us know that this really takes hard work and sacrifice? But all the hard work and sacrifice that we put into it is really worth it all. The opposite of that would be like the husband may say, well, she doesn't respect me, so why should I love her? Or like, he doesn't respect me, so I'm not going to love him. So it just goes on in a cycle. She doesn't do it, so I'm not going to do that. He doesn't do it, so I'm not going to do that. So it's like, it goes like a cycle, like how it is in a giant wheel. The giant wheel is moving, but it is going nowhere. For example, like when the wife is annoyed and she is very much frustrated, or there have been exchange of words between husband and wives, so many times some of the wives, like the wives know what the husband is like, and the frustration in her is reflected in the food that is prepared that day. Sometimes if the wife knows that the husband doesn't like bitter gourd, what she does is that she will make sure that she prepares that day, when they had an argument, bitter gourd as the dish. And if she knows that a husband is a person who likes to have non-veg every day, she will make sure that non-veg is not prepared that day. So a woman tries sometimes to vent out her frustrations in different forms. But we must try to understand in a marriage that we must put the needs of other person first. The husband's love encourages the wife to respect him, and then her respect causes him to love her, and it just goes on round and round into a great energizing cycle, and a healthy relationship develops in a marriage. For a man, like he might ask a frustrating question like, I try to show love to my wife, but I just can't seem to please her. It just doesn't seem working. What can I do that will effectively communicate my love to her? I want to share three things, and if we keep this in mind, it will really help in our marriage. Three ways to show your love to your bride, to your wife. It's cup, so that her cup will be overflowing. C stands for closeness. A woman craves for closeness. U stands for understanding. A woman desires that she should be understood. And P stands for prized. She longs to be prized. She wants to feel valuable. She wants to feel close to you. She desires closeness. Genesis 2:24 says, a man shall leave his father and mother and cleave unto his wife, or be joined to his wife. It means closely cling to, strongly involved, emotionally attached. God knows how He wired a woman. And God knew that she needs to feel close and connected to her husband. In the Song of Solomon, the Shunammite woman is talking to her beloved in chapter 8, verse 6. It says, "Keep me close to you like a ring on my finger." A ring on a finger is very close, and she is telling to her lover, "Keep me close like that." Like when my daughter, when she was around 3 to 4 years of old, and my husband was trying to help me by putting her off to sleep while I was working on something, and like she would keep on talking like 100 words in a minute, and my husband used to keep listening to it, and ultimately like he dozed off to sleep. And when she heard my husband snoring, my daughter like asked him, "Papa, are you sleeping? Listen to me." And she will grab his face close to her and say, "Papa, look at me." She senses and she desired that closeness, that face to face connection. Closeness is what women look for in any relationship, and especially it's true in marriage. Like on one side of the scale, if a man has been independent, and on the other side is closeness, if the husband continues to move on one side of being too independent and like not talking to his wife or not caring for her, she doesn't feel close to him. And the husband also starts feeling that his wife really doesn't love him. No man can meet all of a woman's emotional needs, but as you care and love her and move towards her in small ways, it's amazing how it affects your heart and even your whole being. The woman feels that she is valued by her husband. These little steps of care and concern goes a long way in building a healthy marriage. This doesn't mean sitting at the table and looking at her like all day long, but knowing what her needs are and even asking her, "How can I love you better?" Which will be really helpful in a marriage. Both the husband and wife need their own space, and that is how we become mature adults. Being affectionate and loving to his wife, not only during physical intimacy, but throughout the day. Let her feel that she is loved. How can a man make her feel like that? By holding her hands, hugging her, saying, "I love you," means a lot to a woman. U, which stands for understanding. Dr. Burston explains the willingness to understand is very important. It is not always easy, but healthy love is strengthened by the willingness to understand. Love without understanding is like flowers without water. When a flowering plant, is not watered, after some days the flowers fade and the plant dies away. So it is between love and understanding. Many relationships have broken up, and many marriages have been torn, not because they don't love each other, but because they don't understand each other. Understanding each other will help in building a lasting relationship in marriage. First Peter chapter 3 verse 7 says, "Husbands likewise dwell with them with understanding, giving honor to the wife as to a weaker vessel, and as being heirs together to the grace of life, that your prayers may not be hindered." We cannot totally understand each other. Especially, it's difficult to understand a woman. But if a man comes to a woman in a way that he understands her, that he trusts her, and communicate that to her, that will do great good for marriage. A woman wants to be heard, she wants to be understood. When a woman feels as if she is dishonored or if she is treated less than equal, it's like a husband is hitting his own feet with a hammer. God is saying in the above verse, your wife needs to be handled with care. She is delicate and she is worthy of honor and she wants to be understood. And to be able to understand her, you have your very two powerful tools at your disposal, which are your ears. They are the most powerful tools that you have for her. Just listen to your wife, and she is most likely will be able to feel as if she is understood. Like few weeks back, a sister came to me and she said that, she wants to share so many things with her husband, but her husband is not willing to listen to her. Even when she desires to talk, he just ignores her and goes about with his own work. On the other hand, when the husband speaks something, the sister said that her husband wants her to give him the full attention. And she said like this, I am so frustrated with our marriage. Small things can have great effect on our marriage. Sometimes a woman does not want to look out for any solution from a man, but she just wants him to listen to her. Another thing that goes along with this understanding is that she wants to have peace between her and her husband. It's really a very powerful thing for me that there be peace between me and my husband, and that there should not come anything between us both in any way. You can kind of think about it like these are, like two electrical circuits, and there is one circuit here and the other circuit here, where if one light goes out in this circuit, the entire lights go out, like 3,000 of the lights go out at the time when one light goes off. Whereas in the other circuit, when one light goes out, still the other 2,000 lights are on. It's still on, only the 1,000 goes off. And that is the difference between a man and a woman. The woman is like when one light goes off, she is totally like she is out, because she is so much integrated. Everything works together in her being, like it's like a noodle where all different things of the noodle is like tied together. So if one of it goes out, and it affects the whole entire being for a woman. And that's why she always wants to have peace with her and her husband. Conflict in a marriage is not really the sign of a bad marriage, because when you get two people come together from different family backgrounds, from different upbringings, from different cultures, conflict is bound to take place. But how do we tackle that conflict? How do we work on that conflict? But when we work on it, it is worth it all. Marriage is something that we need to work upon. It's hard work, and I am still working on my marriage, and it's most rewarding when I see the results. Prized, a woman wants to feel that she is a prized possession of her husband. Husbands may complain that whatever I do for my wife, it's never enough. A woman is special for being who she really is. She wants to feel special in the eyes of the man she loves. But what exactly does feeling special mean? One of the biggest ways to do this is by showing her through your actions that she is important to you. Make regular time for her in your schedule to show her that she is indeed your priority in your life. Most women go out of their way to nurture, to care for, and serve the people that they care most, along with the job that they may be holding on. So much of their work and their giving and their sacrifice and their serving is ignored. Simple appreciation for what she means to you can make a world of difference for her. Appreciate a woman for who she is instead of reminding her of her flaws. There are so many things that women do and they are taken for granted. Their thoughtful gestures, their healing touch, care for children, or thoughtfulness towards family are just some of the many things that a man can appreciate about a woman in his life. Generally, women don't need coaching when it comes to loving. Loving nature is embedded in their DNA. It comes to them fairly naturally. But they do need encouragement when it comes to respecting. Respect comes natural to a man, just like loving comes natural to a woman. What men want most from a woman is respect, and women want most is to be loved. So, if as wives you want your husband to be more affectionate and to love you more, the key to getting him to do that is respecting him more. So, when we give them what he needs, they will unconsciously give you what you need. Ephesians 5:33 says, "Husbands, love your wives." Just think about this verse which says, "Husbands, love your wives." It means unconditional love, agape love. So, sisters, many of us think that our husbands just needs to love us unconditionally, even when we may be not acting lovable, like when we go through our mood swings. Bible does not say love your wives only when she acts nice and sweet, even when she is in her worst mood. Bible commands to love your wives. She may not qualify to be loved, but still love. If that's true, then it is also true for respect. That needs to be unconditional, in the same way that love is unconditional. It's not a suggestion, it's a command of God. Some women might say, "I don't respect anything about him." Well, generally, when a woman says that, either she's too angry or she's too discouraged to really look into the things in a husband that are worthy of respect. When something goes wrong between the husband and the wife, or the couple engages in an argument, the husband feels the wife is bent on destroying him. Probably she is not out there to destroy you. She is basically a good woman. That's why you married her. Sometimes, when the wife gets angry, the husband feels as if the wife is going to tear him apart. It is just she is trying to vent out her emotions. She is not evil. A man is created in the image of God with God given attributes that is worthy of respect. And we as wives should try to see in them what God sees in them, how God looks at their heart, and by showing Him respect regardless of how He responds. Because the truth is, most men are starving for honor and admiration and respect. Just like the women are starving to be loved and to be cherished, men want to be respected in their work and in their wisdom. A man will unconsciously begin to give you what you need if you, through your actions, respect him. A man's identity is tied to his work and to his wisdom, and a woman needs to respect him in these areas. Like, husband and wife, they were invited by the wife's friend to come to their new home as they were having this housewarming. And this house which they had bought was like a huge mansion, and the couple who had bought this house were very well off, and they had just built their dream house. So the wife's friend took both the husband and the wife to show them around, showing them each rooms, and everything was so beautiful and well organized. And as after the housewarming, uh, as the husband and the wife were returning back home, the wife said to the husband, I think you should look out for a new job with a better salary. Now, when a male mind hears this, they interpret it as loser. I don't respect you. What you do is not enough, and I don't appreciate you. So he begins to shut down. And these were the thoughts that were going on in the mind of the husband. And 10 minutes later, the wife realizes that, oh, something is not right between them. And when she asked him what the reason was, he said, oh, nothing. She had disrespected him in that area of his work. Now, there was this another lady, and her husband was going to his boss to ask for a raise in the salary because he was working so hard and putting in extra hours of work, but he was not paid for his extra hours that he was putting in for the company. So he shares this with his wife, but they are not sure if they will get an increment in the salary. So that evening, when the husband comes home, he sees that laid on the table are his favorite dishes, aloo ka paratha and chicken biryani, and like fried chicken. And so all the table is covered with his favorite delicious food. And also on the table, there was this card with the words written, congratulations on getting the raise in salary. I know you deserve it. This dinner is just to tell you how much I love you. What would be the reaction of the husband? Both the husband and the wife had a great dinner. And afterwards, as the wife was cleaning the dishes in the kitchen, the husband saw a note falling from the wife's pocket, and the wife was not aware of it. And as he opened the note, it said like this: don't worry about not getting the raise in the salary as you deserved it. Anyway, this dinner is just to tell you how much I appreciate you. She was a smart wife who knows how to be a supportive wife in good and bad times. If we as wives take a little time to verbalize our admiration for our husbands, effort, and all the hard work that they put in, or send them a note saying, I love you the way that you are protecting me, and I respect you for that and for all the efforts and hard work that you are putting in to make my life comfortable. If we do these simple things, just watch and see what happens in your marriage. And I believe with God's help, your marriage will change for the better. God bless you all. We are going to listen to a song from Kezia. धन्यवाद के साथ स्तुति करूंगा. Praise the Lord. धन्यवाद के साथ स्तुति गाऊंगा, हे यीशु मेरे खुदा, उपकार तेरी है बेशुमार, कोटि कोटि स्तुति. धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद के साथ स्तुति गाऊंगा, हे यीशु मेरे खुदा, उपकार तेरी है बेशुमार, कोटि कोटि स्तुति. धन्यवाद. योग्यता से बढ़ के दिया है अपनी दया से तूने मुझे, योग्यता से बढ़ के दिया अपनी दया से तूने मुझे, मांगने से ज्यादा मिला मुझे, आभारी हूँ प्रभु मैं. मांगने से ज्यादा मिला मुझे, आभारी हूँ प्रभु मैं. धन्यवाद के साथ स्तुति गाऊंगा, हे यीशु मेरे खुदा, उपकार तेरे है बेशुमार, कोटि कोटि स्तुति. धन्यवाद. तू है सच्चा जिंदा खुदा, तुझ पर ही भरोसा मेरा. तू है सच्चा जिंदा खुदा, तुझ पर ही भरोसा मेरा. सेवा पूरी करके पाऊं इनाम, प्रभु ऐसा दूं वरदान. सेवा पूरी करके पाऊं इनाम, प्रभु ऐसा दूं वरदान. धन्यवाद के साथ स्तुति गाऊंगा, हे यीशु मेरे खुदा, उपकार तेरी है बेशुमार, कोटि कोटि स्तुति. धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद के साथ स्तुति गाऊंगा, हे स्तुति धन्यवाद कोटि कोटि स्तुति धन्यवाद. God bless you all.